Hello, welcome to Market Last. Today we're going to be discussing the hidden institutional selling that is happening that can be observed through the Bitcoin's price. We will also be able to notice the slight market manipulation that is happening, which makes us understand what our competition is thinking, right? So our competition would be probably the big players, and the big players are the only ones who can do such thing to a price. So during 10 minutes, there had been large buying orders, right, that put Bitcoin above its 200-week SMA. You know, the daily and the weekly close, which are essential to many market speculators are analyzing the price through the market structure. But you can only manipulate the market for such a short period of time. You know, the macro forces always prevail, and by knowing that, we can actually understand that this close is not as reliable as it looks, right? Because there has been playing around. So yeah, we're gonna dive in, and I'm gonna show you how from Monday to Friday there's huge volume, but on weekends there's absolutely nobody selling, and you would notice all the selling is happening Monday to Friday, right? So if we go to the 4 hour, just to really analyze the volume in high conviction right here, okay? So we can just go, we do not need to go that far to understand what's happening. Let's start from around this period, okay? So Saturday, Sunday, there has been some less volume attributed right here, and the price is just doing, you know, its thing. But Monday is when the volume spiked and the price started to go down. That's Wednesday, Thursday, and then, of course, Friday. You see that? Saturday and Sunday, that's when, you know, the market was closed for many of the ETFs, and the price just consolidated with low volume again and almost did nothing, right? Then Monday came along, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. By Friday, we had closed much lower, and then Saturday, Sunday, volume was decreasing. Here, volume wasn't really spiking a lot during that period, but we still saw a decline on Friday. You know, the decline started on Friday and continued by retail on Saturday, Sunday, but then we pushed the price again higher, as you can see, right? So maybe if we can highlight some of those periods with a rectangle, it would be maybe easier to observe. So Friday, Saturday, right here, from here to around Sunday. That was basically retail. Okay, we're gonna put it in those boxes. If we do that right here and write that there, okay? And in the previous period, we had seen something very similar. Saturday began right there, and Sunday, Monday began right there. Okay, so you can see how really price is resisting to go down on such level with low volume. So the high volume is happening outside those zones, but the high volume is happening when Monday to Friday, right? So we can continue. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, bam, the price has went a lot during that phase. And then Saturday and Sunday. That is Saturday to around Sunday. So sometimes we are getting some kind of consolidating periods during the weekdays, but majority of the consolidation period is happening on weekends. So again, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Right, that's where we actually found the bottom, somewhere there. So if we do that again, we would see that. Saturday was here. See, on Saturday really happened the buying, and right there. Okay. And then on Monday again, we had seen some trend. So if we are to go down, then that should be slowly coming, right? If this leg really has no validity, this relief rally that is happening right now, then we should be going down by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But I will show you a data point that may say otherwise, that we might not be going down, as maybe there are some players that could be hurt if price went lower than that. For example, I can think of MicroStrategy or BlackRock or some of the ETF holders or some other TradFi companies that would go under if price really went down so hard, so fast, right? Because if we just zoom into the 30 minutes, you would see a large buying order that just stands out just before the Sunday close. All right, so this is really should be like around UTC, so that's the exchange. Then you would see that Sunday, and we need to actually extend that a little bit and put that right here. Okay, so you would see that Sunday, just before the close, we had seen a huge buying order that put Bitcoin's price from 61,700 to the upper range of 64,200. Okay, so I would like you to just remember those numbers: 61,800 to around 64,200. Now, if we go to the daily, and if we put the moving average, 200-week SMA, we go put it there, and you would see that because of that 61, you see around 61,200 up to 64,000, and we had closed at 63,000. 63,000 is around the upper range right here. Okay, so the daily candle had closed above the 200-week SMA, which many people have been tracking. Okay, and most importantly, because of that one buying order, we went from 60,000 something to the close of 63,000, which made the weekly candle close above the 200-week SMA. Now, in history, we have never really done that if we were going under, right? Whether in the 200 or 100-week SMA, we had always closed, which gave higher conviction for the bears. But there has been a little bit of kind of, you see, if we do not close above it, we usually have resistance, but if we close above it, it's much nicer drawdown, right? So you can see there have been some kind of manipulation in the market to keep prices elevated for one way or another. But again, you can only keep prices elevated against the macro trend, the actual trend, for a short-lived period of time. But when the micro forces prevail, something might break. Whoever is trying to save the price and buy time is showing sign that they are stressed. And if there's signs that somebody is stressed, there's a chance that somebody will break under later, which could have minor or moderate or major impact on Bitcoin's price and the whole crypto industry as in general, right? So I'm definitely looking for other signs that could happen like this, but I'm just looking forward to seeing how really the price structure continues the trend of weekdays selling and weekend resilience, right? If that continues, then we are more likely going down sooner. But if we switch to buying on the weekdays, then that may indicate that a consolidation period or just a break from selling is here before we continue the trend, either to the downside or the upside. I'm more lenient to the bear side. But of course, anything is happening. We could maybe test the range highs or even break above. But right now, my conviction is that we should be going down. So I hope you had learned something about this through this video, maybe how to analyze and look at the institutional buying and selling signs and how price always tells a story. And that story should always be read by a market speculator to understand the future behavior and have higher conviction in his speculation. If you enjoyed this video, do please leave a like, and if you want to watch more content like this, I know this one is a short one, I just wanted to share some of the things that I've seen recently on this channel and make it up to date before making just a full video. So yeah, if you like to see up-to-date information like this, do subscribe to the channel and hit the ring bell, because it does help the channel a lot. And I see that 80% of people who watch my videos are actually unsubscribed yet. I know this is a new channel and that means it's growing very fast, but I would much appreciate it if you can help this channel grow so I can always provide free content like this. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again.